Hello, hello, hello. Here with another half-assed review, this time of The Biggest Bluff by Maria Konnikova. How I learned to pay attention, master myself, and win, which is a nonfiction book where psychologist, television presenter, Maria Konnikova decides to go from being a complete novice at poker to being, competing at the highest levels of the poker world. And to do this, she gets the aid of a one of the big higher ups in the poker world. She kind of does it kind of the aw shucks, I just was able to do this thing. She is a New York Times bestseller, New Yorker author, New Yorker, the magazine author. So she had some pulls there, and also sounds like from interviews with the fellow in question, very persuasive in her arguments. So I'm not into poker. It's not really my thing. There's the whole kind of a gambling, there's the kind of the gambling endorphin rush, kind of addictive, destructive side of things, which kind of pushes me off. I am not somebody who is a cool, collected character who can kind of just figure out the odds and not get sucked into this. And indeed, Kornikova does make a point of kind of pointing out that there are a lot of people who get into this, make a ton of money, and then blow it all, because of having that kind of what I would consider an addictive personality types. And there's she herself kind of she herself finds herself in that situation every once in a while, even though you do get the sense that this is a very well put together, at least of what we see her in the book, a very kind of controlled personality, someone who's they set out a task, they make the plans, they learn how to make the calculations involved. I think Kornikova, it's the psychologist part of this is probably the more to the front of that. This is, in some ways, this is a self-help book. This is self-help through learning poker. There might be, I think it's not an accident that she is a female coming into a very male-dominated sport, or realm, and that she's kind of learning about kind of how, as a female, she's been kind of educated, socialized in ways that get taken advantage of by other players, and also get in her way as to become a really good poker player. So yeah, it's self-help through poker, which I can't help but be a little bit skeptical of, but I can see, of the various markets that she would be marketing this book for, because I mean, of all the things, it has a great hook. It's like she started off as a complete beginner, and this is how she became like a top flight player in the poker world, which would appeal to people who want to learn how to play poker, and want to win big. But it would also appeal to, I could see that appealing to women who want to sort of break out of rather kind of the kind of the expectations and all the locks that are put on women in the world. So yeah, it's a really well written book, really well paced. She knows how to pace things. She knows how to kind of present play without boring someone like me who knows nothing about poker. You'd obviously have to go to somebody who's like super up on poker to say like, oh, this is so basic and boring. Though, I mean, she is starting from the thing of being a complete novice. So it's rather understandable that she's going to explain her different steps of learning as she goes along. It does actually go beyond her winning big. There's something, there is, she wins. It's in the subtitle. She wins, but we actually do get some afterthoughts on that, and after, like, what is winning, and how sustainable this is this somewhere she wants to be. I think the thing that, I guess everybody's going to go into this. I know if I went into this, I could see myself getting lost on the many cul-de-sacs that are put along the way in this game, other than, just being being, not somebody who can make any calculations to begin with and is always working on my gut. I would be a terrible poker player. But so, it's kind of a self-help book, but it's also her examination of herself. It is very well packaged. It is a packaged version of Konnikova. I'm not fooling myself in that I'm thinking I'm getting, her laying bare her soul. She is a poker player. She knows how to keep up the poker face. She goes into the psychology of stuff like poker face and stuff like that in there. So there's all these little interesting things, game theory, a lot of stuff that, even if you don't see it you're never going to be in a poker game of the high stakes that she is. There's a lot of stuff in here that is, I think, is also supposed to be applicable to life, which is, again, she knows that she's not trying to narrow cast this just to want to be poker billionaires. She's millionaires. She's trying to cast her net wide, and as such, she does a fairly successful job doing that. So yeah, that's my review of The Biggest Bluff by Maria Konnikova. More videos later.